Okay, this is the rope runner I'm using. This was the one that I started with. When I first got the rope runner, everybody was talking about the amount of force you had to put on the bird up here. And the solution was putting padding and stuff. And I gave it some more thought, and I thought, what about the friction points? And I'm not going to get into that because I've already discussed that in other videos. But the point was, try to increase the friction here, decrease the friction here. So this was the hump. And my design of the hump had a hump, but it also had a concave shape. This concave shape was there to help coddle the rope, I guess you could say, to help keep it round, and also to increase the uniform contact point of the rope and distribute that friction and make it so much smoother. Guys felt like it increased the drag when they went up, and I think that's just because of where they tinned it from, and I tinned it down here with my deal. But anyway, so that's led me now to what I am going to call, what are we going to call that? The woody hump. This is the woody hump, and it still has some more designing to be done, but this is after a whole weekend of pruning. See that? This is after a whole weekend of pruning a 90-foot willow oak. This is oak itself. I'm experimenting with the designs. I think another thing to try is put it with the end grain rather than going the long grain. Again, it has concave shape. See if you can see that. It has the concave shape to help coddle the rope, and it also increases and maximizes the surface area of the contact of those friction points to make this absorb as much friction as possible and to make it a smooth absorption of that friction. You can see the worn mark there and some worn mark there. I think there's some work to be done as far as increasing the shape, but the concept with this is it's going to be pretty inexpensive. In fact, I don't care if people, obviously I don't care, but somebody could make this themselves. All I do is cut that out on a scroll saw. I take a router and I route out the center, and then I just glue this on with epoxy. Now, because wood doesn't transfer heat very well, the epoxy doesn't really get the heat. So this thing has no signs of coming off. Even if it did come off, you would be left with a regular rope runner with this adjustable. This isn't part of the bollard where you adjust the tightness and everything. If that comes off, this just adapts to it. That inclined plane right there just would adapt to the regular size. So even if it came off, but I really like this, and I think the use on there actually shined it up and put a glaze on there that would probably keep the wood. I'm not sure yet how long that'll last, but these are inexpensive. I mean, it's 2 cents worth of wood, and all you have to do is sand that back down until you get to the body, and then epoxy on another one. It's inexpensive, it's effective, I like it. I've just got to get into figuring out how to make a couple hundred of them. But that is the woody hump. The humping woody. I don't know.
That makes the baby bump.
Yep, that makes.
Hump that makes the baby bump.
Okay, this is a good point. This is the woody hump that led to the baby bump. All right. Let's just be clear about how that happens. Some of you are, not quite sure of that because you have a family of 10. I don't know. Okay. Is that
a wrap?
Good? That's a wrap.
All right, you're going to have fun with that one.